Today I'm speaking to the Parenting Apart programme. So we're just going to speak quickly about what the programme's all about, because I think a lot of people don't really understand actually how they can access it and what it's all about. So Claire, can you just tell me a bit about how the programme came about? How did it start?
Yeah, hi Alison, thank you very much for the opportunity of speaking with you today. I think lots of us could put our hands up and say that, you know, at some time or other in our childhood, in our life, we've gone through some difficult times. Well, my very difficult time started when my parents divorced even when I was 2 years old. So I don't really remember much, but I certainly remember not having a father in my life, and certainly where parents weren't able to communicate. So it wasn't easy. My mom remarried when I was 9 with my sister, and unfortunately my stepfather was a raging alcoholic. And even to the outside world, it looked okay, you know, nice house, private schools, you know, everything seemed fine. But unfortunately, at night, certainly with the drinking and also very much from the domestic abuse side of it, we were absolute victims and caged within fear of not knowing what was going to happen from one minute to another. And I just honestly, hand on my heart, just want to protect children as best I can, because, you know, none of us do it right all the time and we all make mistakes. But when you are stuck and really can't make any decisions to change anything and to get out of anything, certainly as children we can't, then I just think we need to have a bigger voice for them, certainly when things are going wrong. So in order to help children, we need to really help the moms and dads. And that's why the Parenting Apart programme, it has evolved, and also why it's now become a very recognised programme, because by helping the parents sit down and where we guide them and help them, and very much from an impartial point of view, but also necessary to challenge them, because, you know, at the end of the day, they're their children. The children love mom and dad, and unless they get that bit better, then unfortunately emotional harm is caused. So we really have to take it quite seriously. Yeah, so very much driven from my own childhood, very much a passion. Even people say, you know, do you enjoy your work? It's not work, this is a vocation. So until I take my last breath, my mouth will be working tirelessly to say, come on, mom and dad, come and get some real help, sit down and we can get this better. Absolutely. Communication and being able to really want to call respectfully, respect each other for our own reasons of dislike and likes. We can really make a difference for these children.
Thank you. So Cam, what's the difference between mediation and the Parenting Apart programme?
Hi Alison, thanks for having us today. There is a real difference between Parenting Apart and mediation. So the programme is an intervention where we help reduce parental conflict within the parental relationship. And so the evidence around our programme is underpinned by child attachment, child development theories. Also, we do a lot of work around behaviour as a communication. So we do a lot of work around parents behaving and how they're presenting their behaviour, which is very, very different to what mediation do. So with our work, both parents will do an individual session each, and then they will come together through 3 joint sessions. That's part of the early intervention. So that is part of the process of getting them to change their mindset from one of their personal relationship, as Claire would say, to one of them focusing on their children's needs. So we'll talk about child adversities, we'll talk about resilience, we talk about what children need from their parents and what their capacities are. So we get the parents to talk about things about they would worry with the other parent, rather than escalating, oh, she's not doing this right or he's not doing that right. Get them to work in a co-parenting relationship, which is very different to mediation in that sense. Yeah. And as I was explaining to you earlier, you know, that the programme is now being recognised as an early intervention, and we're now also piloting our programme through 4 local authorities now across England to see how it works as an early intervention where there is parental conflict in the relationships.
So do you sometimes find that one parent will want to, you know, get some help and do this programme, or, you know, seek support, and maybe the other one doesn't? What happens in that situation scenario?
That is quite common for us, especially when one parent has been informed through a solicitor that they know, and then the other parent is thinking, well, that we must be a service aligned to that solicitor service, but we're not. So what we always recommend is that each parent gives us a call. So they have a 30-minute consultation, so we can look at the reasons and we can assess, make some of those early assessments, understand what the safeguarding concerns are around that, and whether our 4-week intervention, or whether it's an 8-week intervention, or whether it's a 12-week intervention. Because when we're working with families and their safeguarding concerns, we have to plan safely around that as well. We can't put families at further risk, Alison. So we have to really do that work in a very different way as well when we're looking at an 8-week intervention and when we're looking at a 12-week intervention. And we also need to understand what stage of their court proceedings they're going through as well, because we may have a duty to report on the parents' progress around that.
Yeah. So is it sometimes the case, how do people access the Parenting Apart programme? Do they have to go through their solicitor? Can they come to you direct? Is it sometimes ordered through the court that parents?
Yeah. Well, all three of them. We get parents that come to us directly. We get parents that are referred to us through solicitors, but also we get parents who are ordered to attend our programme when they've got to a point where nothing has supported or helped them to get to their desired arrangements for their children. So then we do get ordered by court to do that particular work.
Yeah, I was just about to say that it's you know, the courts obviously have a responsibility to make the right decisions for children, and that's why they're in the court arena. So also the courts can't be seen to be putting any additional financial stresses on the parents. So it's normally directed, but when it becomes ordered, it is when the parents are actually now entering into public law proceedings. So social services will also have been then brought to the proceedings to look at further assessment, and that is when the local authorities will then also commission us or the programme to look at then the intervention of helping the parents, and that then it can be ordered by the court because it will be then referred through local authorities.
Well, we're going to put all the information, obviously you're in the HUD directory, we've got all the information for people to get in touch with you, both solicitors, law firms and parents directly.